Oh my gosh. Is that playing my old one? Hold the phone. Oh, I think we're good. Let's find out. Hold the phone. What can people see right now? I'm pulling up my own stream. Oh, I think we're good. Hello, Donnie. What are you seeing right now? Hold. Is it the blue? What can people see right now? Or is it me eating orange chicken? Hopefully not both. I think. Oh, cool. We're at 8 people. This is already going much better. Much better than the first one. I think we're good to go. Bear with me for just a little bit, and then we're gonna get things going. Awesome. It's good to know. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up, Jamie? How's it going? I think we're gonna wait just a couple minutes before we get things rolling. It's currently 5:04. Let's see if we can't. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait just a couple more minutes. Webcam's here. All my other stuff's here. I have to remember to look here. Let's mute that. Okay, now we shouldn't be getting desktop audio. That's good. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Dang, I think I'm letting people down. We had like 8, now we're down to 5. So I think we're just going to get this show on the road. I'm going to try and do something pretty sneaky right here. We'll find out if it works. Oh, hold up. Something like this. Yeah? Yeah? Let me know what you're seeing on your screen. I'm very, very new to OBS. But should be like me up here and then an image right in the center. That should be what we're looking at right now. Alright, can you guys see the image? If you can see the image underneath my face, type in the chat what it says. It's just my little test to make sure this is working. But it should be. It should be. I played around with it a little before I started the stream, so I think I've got it down. But I don't want to sit here for however long and then realize you guys can't even see what I'm looking at. You should be able to see screen and then me. I got a yep. I'm assuming that means it's good to go. Alright, I'll take that as a yes. Sweet. So we're just going to be jumping into it. So we're going to start out. I just have like a couple folders of things I've like set aside. We're just going to be running through them. This one I believe is... Yeah, these are a bunch of smartphone photos from a long time ago. Actually not like terribly long ago. But some of them might be good. Some of them might be awful. And yeah, it should be a good time. I mean, no one take offense if you think something's good and I think it is terrible. These are mine, so I'm allowed to make fun of them. But this one, honestly, it's like not... I don't think it's that bad. One thing that's kind of weird is you can just tell the aspect ratio is like super tall and wide. I think it's like the ratio of a phone screen instead of even like 3:2 or 16:9. So it looks whack, but I mean, this is just like the most basic image. It's literally just a sign. It is relatively sharp though. You know, it's got good composition in the center. I mean, you're not going to see this on my Instagram anymore, but not terrible, right? Not terrible. We're up to 7 people now. Siobhan Smith, welcome. Gary, welcome. Brady, you've been here. You're killing it. Thank you. Alright, this next one's kind of cool. Really dark, a little undersaturated in my opinion. I mean, definitely you can look at like, this is the Space Needle for those of you that don't know. I shot this in Seattle. It's supposed to be like just a reflection. I shot it next to the side of a building. But it's just, it's okay, but it really does look like I just like jammed my phone into the side of the building and took the picture. I just realized I don't even need these. You know, again, it's kind of like, I like what I was going for, but not the most pleasing thing to look at, right? Like, I don't think anyone's going to frame this. This one, it's a building. I just realized how boring some of these are. But for those of you that are just joining, these are just a ton of photos that I took a long time ago. We're going through my smartphone ones first. I remember this one from the video. You know, it's funny. I'm at the point where I can't remember which ones I've shown in videos or not. So I have a better version, I think, of this one in a video, if that's what you're referring to. But I know it wasn't this one, because I remember taking this one, and then I came back to it and took a much better version. Anyways, this one's just a straight up building. I mean, it's kind of clean. It looks like I just couldn't get wide enough because the top of the building's cropped off, the bottom of the building's cropped off, the sides of the building are cropped off. But yeah, it was just a clean, kind of slightly slanted image. We're gonna go past that. Oh. Okay, so this could be cool, but it literally looks like I just pointed my phone directly at the sun. You just have these like monstrous flares coming through the center. Composition's like okay. So for whatever it's worth, hopefully looking at these you can be like somewhat inspired. You know, I started out just like a lot of people taking pictures of everything, and most of them aren't very good. This thing just looks, it looks like a blurry mess. We're gonna pretend we didn't even see that one. Okay. Not terrible. I know what I was going for, right? You know, it's the leading tunnel effect. I just put my skateboard in the foreground. I'm not sure if I like how the skateboard's out of focus. Maybe it would have been cooler if the focus was on that instead of, you know, I mean nothing's really in focus in this image. But I think the sharpest point is somewhere in here. I don't know, it's kind of cool, but here's what I'll say. This is like, I've got the right idea, but execution was... What is this? Did I take like the case off my phone? It looks like a phone case. I don't know. Execution is poor. I like the general idea though. You can see I'm going for something. But we're gonna go to the next one. It's a stick. Stick and some leaves. A stick. This one's kind of cool. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rocks piled. I can't remember where we took this, or where I took this one. I don't think I built that thing, though. And the person, whoever built this rock structure, is definitely more talented than I was when I took this picture, because, I mean, yeah, it's okay, but I mean, the only thing good about this is the rock structure. Like, that person is clearly more talented than me. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, this one we have to dissect. So, first of all, you can see, this is me, for those of you that don't know. I'm rocking a tie-dye shirt. Some $5 sunglasses that are very scratched up on the nose piece. They might even, I think they might have been broken. I might have super glued those. And a camo hat. Ignoring my style, I think this picture would have just been better if I wasn't in it. You know, it's a super cool waterfall. Sky's a little blown out, but that's okay. The mist coming up is super cool. But if we could just crop it more like that, I think we've got a better image. But yeah, if we ignore the bottom half, it's an okay shot. I can live with that. I think, yeah, it's all I grabbed off my old phone. Hold up. A bunch of no parkings anytime. Yeah, the tower, I don't know if I don't think I built that stone tower. If I did, props to me, but the tower was much better than anything I did with my camera. Moving on, let's get into some juicy ones. Alright. So these, hold up, let me pull up my OBS. You've got to ignore my style, Rick. That... You've got to ignore that. That's so bad. Unless, no offense to anyone that loves The Rock. Tie-dye and camouflage, but I could not. That was not my style. This one's kind of cool. So these ones have all been taken on my T6. Give me a sec. This camera. So this was the first camera I bought. Can you... Oh, that actually looks a decently high resolution. Everything here is taken with the T6. So with real camera, you know, we get like a lot better sharpness. Taking out this first image, just kind of the colors and the dynamic range seems way better. You can tell there's actual like things in focus versus everything kind of just feeling out of focus. So that's cool. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, nothing great about it, nothing terrible. I'm not embarrassed of this one. It's just like, you know, took a picture of a plant. This one's kind of cool. I actually remember taking this. Brady's rocking the T6. You're rocking a T3i. Very cool. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of the entry-level Canon cameras are great. I mean, they get the job done. You can see how much, like the difference between this and this is really big. But the difference between this and this is much less big. So honestly, like, I have such respect for like all the entry-level DSLRs because they're just so much better than like something like a smartphone. And yeah, ignore mine because mine is like beat up and taped, but that's besides the point. Yeah, so this one's okay, right? What I like is, again, you can see kind of the separation from the flower and this tree in the background. So you can see, like, this is sharp, that's blurred out. Got a little bit of bokeh with the lights. You know, this one's okay. It's definitely not, like, some insane shot. But you can see I paid attention to the framing. I made sure I focused on the right thing. Exposure looks flawless. This one's okay. This one's okay. Honestly, there's like nothing bad with this. Tiki head with the sunglasses. I'll answer your question real quick. How long it took to buy a new camera? I upgraded from a T6 to an 80D relatively quickly. I think quicker than most people. The big reason for that was the T6 doesn't do great video, and video is something that's definitely become like more important to me. I needed something that could do both. So I think I only used the T6 maybe like 8 months or something. So not very long at all. I would not recommend most people just like upgrading cameras quite that quickly. But for me, I needed the video capabilities, so that was kind of the bigger reason I upgraded. Realistically, I should have just got the 80D or something from the start, but, you know, live and learn. I will say, though, having both is great. So when I need to take, like, a thumbnail or something of this camera, or, you know, take pictures of lenses, or, you know, if I'm using this camera, I can have another camera filming or taking pictures. So that's kind of cool. That's what's nice about having both. But anyways, this Tiki head, you know, he's okay, right? A little, I don't know what you call it. I mean, it's just like a touristy shot. That's the best way I can sum it up. But again, the difference between these and like when I was still using a smartphone is you can tell like this face, like the nose, mouth, and eyes are in focus. The background's blurred out. That's super cool. It's just a lot sharper, a lot cleaner. Exposure looks good. I'm happy with that. This is okay. One thing I noticed right off the bat that's super cool is you can see like the orange glow on my finger hairs. That just looks so cool to me. It's like a hair light from my finger hairs. But aside from that, first thing I'll notice is like, I don't know if I had a 50 mil on, or I think I can check. File info. Oh, it's only, it is a 50 millimeter, or at least it was shot at 50 millimeter, but it's only f4. Yum. Yeah. So, I mean, I think what I was going for was I had a s'more, obviously. There was a fire, and I was like, oh, it'll look so cool with the bokeh. But either I couldn't reach out far enough to get it to lock focus, or I don't know what, because this s'more is clearly all out of focus. Like, this marshmallow is just a blurry mess. It looks like I'm hitting, like, inside here, or, like, deeper in is where the focus actually hit, but it's kind of tasty. Wouldn't hire myself for product photography if this was all that was in the portfolio, but it's okay. This shot is kind of cool. This was like one of my first, I think, long exposures of waterfalls. It might have been like on my first trip. Excuse me. Where I tried out long exposures on water. Did that make any sense? So I think I just got a GorillaPod. I think I just got, maybe I didn't even have an ND filter yet. But regardless, I wanted to get long exposures of waterfalls. I believe this was taken at Olympic National Park. It looked way different. If I remember right, I actually shot this landscape and then just cropped it in to be portrait because I like the composition better. It's a tad oversaturated for me now. That water's looking like a little too blue, and maybe the grass is like a little too green. But it's not like a terrible shot. It just reminds me of, like, there was a poster growing up in my dentist's office, and it had like a shot that looked almost just like this. So I remember I'd be like leaning back in the chair, and it would be like on the ceiling. So that's kind of what it makes me think of. It's not terrible. It's definitely more saturated than I would do now. But it's okay, right? Not too bad. Brady said, I've had my T6 for 7 months. I quickly realized the video performance isn't the greatest. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate with it. That's kind of what I realized when I had it. If you're not into video, it probably doesn't matter at all. I mean, yeah, video performance wouldn't matter if you're not into video. But it is unfortunate they didn't make it a little bit better. Rick said, went with the 80D as my first, and honestly, I might just upgrade to the 90D or EOS R later this year. Says my stream's bitrate's kind of low. Hopefully it looks okay. Yeah, I mean, the 90D, they definitely went all out with that. What does it have, like a 32 megapixel sensor? It does like 10 frames per second photo. They threw in the 4K, they threw in the 120. 1080p, you know, that's super cool. They threw a lot into that. I don't know if I'm gonna upgrade, but if I had to decide now whether to spend 1,000 on the 80D or 1,200 on the 90D, the 90D is the no-brainer. They packed a lot into that. Let's see. Okay, so I think there's a series of these. This one's kind of interesting. It's got like the kaleidoscope effect, right? What this was, let's see if we can tell in the next picture. So this is like early in the days of Josh's photography journey, and this might have been when it was the most fun. Not that it isn't fun now, but I would literally just try anything that came into my mind, even if it didn't look as cool as I thought it would. So like here I tried focusing on my finger doing the ET or something, and then everything else is like bokeh out of focus. Here I just held up a lens, shot through the lens. I wish I'd cropped it in more. Like if you did like an 8x10 here, I guess you can't see. So if there's a line going down here and here, and these just sides were gone, maybe that'd look okay. Kind of cool. Just reminds me of that phase when I was literally trying everything. Just like, well, maybe this will look good. Maybe this will look good. But, I don't know. I don't think it turned out as cool as I thought it would, but it's alright. So I think this is actually the photo I kept from that night. Looking at it, again, it's pretty cool. I really like to saturate things, though. Wow. But it's just a long exposure of the wheel going around. But I think it looks okay. It's definitely not super. It's cool. I think it's cool, but there's just so many things I would do differently now. The composition's like not the coolest. The sky looks really, really blue. Maybe I'd try with even a shorter long exposure. But everything just feels so saturated. Like maybe that's just me looking at it in hindsight. But it's just looking really, really bright. Kind of cool though. Again, it was the experimental phase. I'm just trying everything out. And then there's this. I mean, again, like I said, just literally trying everything I could think of. I think I used a flash on my hand to like balance it with the background. This looks fake almost. I know it isn't, because I know I didn't know how to use Photoshop then. I mean, it's kind of cool. Well, this might be the best image yet, because I didn't do anything bad with it. Literally, it's just hiking. Held up a cliff bar. You know, it's just a clean shot. It's just a clean shot. Got a sharp cliff bar. What was this taken at? Maybe F4? I'm gonna guess F4. I have no idea though. F16. Not even close. F16. I mean, I guess that's why it looks so sharp. Huh. This is just... makes me hungry for a peanut butter Cliff Bar. This is like okay if I was gonna submit this somewhere for product photography. You know, you've got the greens, the blues on the Cliff Bar. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, this one's cool. I like it. There's a weird little flare right here. A weird little flare. But aside from that, I mean, I don't think anything's bad. Like, it was during a sunset. The plant's blocking the sunlight. You can see like some rays coming through here and here and here and here. This one's okay. It's kind of cool. Kind of sad. Really, really dramatic. Like that plant just drooping over. But it's not bad. Not bad. Here's your classic shot. This is like what everyone knows how to do. You're walking down some beautiful forest. You've got the trees all around. And you just tilt back. Boom. And you snap the photo. This one's pretty cool. I mean, pretty basic. You've probably seen it a million bajillion times. But again, there's just nothing bad with it. But there's also nothing great. Nothing above and beyond. This one's pretty good. This might be one of my favorite ones yet. It's just a super clean silhouette. You can see the sky in the background. I think it's because I just don't like the way I used to edit things. So these more minimalistic ones, as long as I have good composition, like I'm fine with that. It's not too bad. This one just snuck in here, didn't it? I think I took this one on the Burt Gilman Trail in Seattle. There's just some happy bikers, you know. That's all there is there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy there. This one's interesting because it's just... I mean, it looks like I just discovered what bokeh was, and I just like really tried to overdo it. Just cranked that aperture down, and it's okay. I don't know if I like... It's not bad. Now, having the cup on the left vertical third, I don't know, it just feels off to me. It's not bad. I mean, exposure's good. You know, everyone loves that blurry background. There were lots of lights, but it just feels kind of not complete. Like, I just got as close as I could, put it on 1.8, and just really tried to blur it out. But it's okay. It's okay. Like, we're learning. This, I'm assuming, was the same day. I like the composition of this one better. I feel like it makes sense. You've got the cup, and then right above that you can see the counter and everything. There's just enough detail you can make out that that's a counter and some stools in the background. I'm okay with this one. Maybe... I think it is just hard to tell what to look at, though, is the problem. Looks like I focused on these bubbles. But again, it just feels like too shallow of a depth of field. Like, I kind of want more of this front rim in focus. Right? Like, if this was more in focus, that would be cool. Because it kind of, you're just staring at those bubbles, and it's not bad. It's just not great. This is almost the exact same thing. Looks like the focus is still on the bubbles, but I'll give this one a little bit more of a pass because the lip is lower to the bottom of the screen. So your eyes kind of naturally go there. It lies right on a lower third. This one's okay. It's kind of the same thing, but it looks really dark and pretty noisy. Like, what is this at? Yeah, ISO 3200. Oh! That actually surprises me. I shot this at f4. Oh, this was taken... Oh, yeah, it was taken on a T6. For some reason, I was thinking it was on the 80D. Why did I shoot it at f4? Maybe I was trying to get more in focus. And then the ISO kind of started getting grainy there. Huh. Well, this one's okay. Except for... I don't know why it's just so off-center. Like... Why is there a thing I can do here? Edit? Oh, I can. Like, why? Why did I not just shoot it like that? Why? Instead, I mean, first of all, I'll say those coffee beans look really good. These ones look, I don't know, they look kind of beat up and old and broken. I don't know, these ones look a little off. But like overall it looks good. I like the blue in the background. Like just the color of the beans and the blue carpet looks cool. But why didn't I just there's just all this random blue space on the right. Aside from that, like, I'm not ashamed of this one at all. I'll put this on the gram today. No one quote me on that. Alright, let's see what else we got. This one's spooky. Got some leaves. They look pretty dried up and dead. I don't remember when I took this. It might have been in fall. The scary part is I think this one might be on my Instagram if I scroll way back. Let's find out. I think it is. Oh, this one didn't make the gram. Unfortunate. That's kind of cool. Kind of spooky, kind of eerie. I can live with it. This one's terrible. I don't care what you say. This one is lame. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's just I don't understand. I mean, it's a puddle. I will say though, I do miss these days because I remember going out and I had so much fun taking these. I mean, it was just that experimental phase where it's just like it didn't matter if it came out cool, it didn't matter if it came out good. Like I just wanted to take pictures of as many things as possible, edit them, see what I could do with them. But looking at it now, I mean, it's okay. I don't think any of these are like, well, I don't think this one in particular is like terrible, but I just don't understand why. I'm pretty sure this one's edited too. Looks like there's a lot of chromatic aberration, but it's just a puddle. Maybe I was trying to go for like this leading line here from the path, and I was like, bam, leads up to the puddle. I don't know. What even are these? I mean, I know it's a bike, but I don't know what a spin bike is. See, we had lime bikes. We currently have jump bikes. These are just bikes that lie around the city and you can rent them out. But I do not remember a spin bike. Ever. Huh. Maybe if you guys look up this number, you can find it. Oh. I mean, okay shot. This is the world's saddest can of chicken noodle soup. Wow. Kind of cool. This one I think is on the gram. Yep. There it is. Zero comments on that picture. Does not surprise me. I don't know, I mean, it's okay, but 25% less sodium. This one's, it's kind of overexposed a little, but I mean, some type of monkey. Looks like we're at some zoo pictures now. I mean, it's okay. There's not really a lot of composition. It's just a monkey. Or maybe a gorilla. I'm not sure. I think it's more like, it's not going to tell me if I right click on it. Yeah. Again, kind of the same old thing. Right? Like, you're at the zoo. You're taking pictures. This is about what you'd expect. Not bad. Not great. Not a lot to say about it. I mean, it just looks very touristy to me. Like, there wasn't anything special about it. This one I actually like. This one I'll defend. This one I would, like, put somewhere today. I don't know where. But just, like, really like how there's, like, shadows on the right, sun on the left. It splits, like, directly down the center of the rhino. Very sharp. We've got a little bit of background blur. This one I think is cool. The edit is good. It's not overboard. I like this one. That's cool. This one kind of goes back to like these two, where it's nothing special. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It just feels like you pick up your camera, you took the shot, and it just looks completely average. Not bad in any way, but there's nothing, like, this isn't gonna win any awards. Thanks, Leroy. Yeah, I mean, I like the rhino one. And now we're going to move on to batch number 2. So these are still taken with the T6. So this was taken with a T6. You can even see it up here. I don't know why it's named that, but all of these, everything here is still going to be like T6 photos. I don't want to give them away. This one, I'm so proud of. Even today. Now, to be fair, when you're riding in a helicopter on an overcast day like this, it helps to get good shots. Like, there's no doubt about it. But this one I was just super proud of. Shot it Shot it portrait orientated for Instagram. Just the water looked great. The leading line of the bridge looked great. You know, it could have been straight. It could have been more at an angle. But I actually like how this one came out. You can tell I definitely cranked the clarity. I might have darkened it down here, or maybe it actually looked like that. I can't remember. But this one's pretty cool. Like, it doesn't seem too oversaturated in my opinion. I just really dig this. I mean, for whatever it's worth, the whole story behind this is I was on a buy-sell Facebook page, and some guy was selling like 3 helicopter tickets for $100. So I bought them, and then I went with 2 other people. And I was relatively new to photography, honestly. Maybe I'd had my T6 for 6 months or so. But when you think about $100, you know, split 3 ways, so it was like $33 for me. With an entry-level camera, I think I took it with just this kit lens. And it came out pretty cool. Like, this one, I like this one. I think this is my favorite yet. This one's okay, but I feel like I fell back into my roots here, where it seems just a little oversaturated. Like, these clouds are really pink. The sky is really blue. It's okay, but it just doesn't, like, if we go back to the last one, and then this one, and then this one. This one just feels so saturated again, and you can tell there's not a lot of sharpness. And that could be for a lot of reasons, but let's dissect it a little and find out. So here's the first problem. It was shot at f4.5. And I'm going to assume that was on a kit lens because I never owned a 35mm lens. This is probably sharpest at around f8, f9. f4.5, it's not super sharp on the kit lens, so I should have cranked that more. 1/5 of a second shutter speed. I should have just made that longer, because this ISO of 1600 is making everything really noisy as well. So if I could just redo that, even with this camera, even aside from the really saturated edit, longer shutter speed, slower aperture, so f8, f9, something like that, and ISO at like 100, honestly, I would just adjust the shutter speed till I did that. And I would also smooth out all this water. It would look super flat, super glassy. Then we'll get more reflections of these lights on the water. So this one I know I could do better. Why? I think this one's on the Instagram too. I'm pretty sure I posted this. I think I had just fallen, so I biked here. It was freezing cold. Let me just a sec. So I'd biked to this park. It was freezing cold. At some point, I slipped and fell down a muddy hill. And, you know, that never bothers me. But for some reason, I thought it would be cool to post this picture. Clearly, I'm drinking something. I think that's a tea bag. What are these shoes? I don't know. I thought this would be cool though, but it was not. This one could have been cool. And it might be hard to tell on stream. You might be like, what do you mean? That does look cool. But it is very, very soft. Like, there's nothing in focus or sharp in this image. Oh. It's like I didn't even use a tripod. But we're going to dissect it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Well, there's the problem. F32. I didn't even know that lens could go to 32. Hold up. I'm learning things now. It goes to 36? Oh, if you zoom in, it does. So, as a general rule, if you don't know, f16, this is a very general rule, is as high as you want your aperture to go. So when you get past f16, something called diffraction sets in, and you actually lose sharpness. So on most lenses, the sweet spot is like f6.3 to f14 or so. 16 is just kind of well decided that that's as slow of an aperture as you ever want to go. f32. So I don't know if this was stable or not. Knowing me, it was probably on a super wobbly tripod, falling over in the wind as I took this. But f32 is something I would never recommend going to. But kind of a cool idea. The idea was cool. Oh, maybe I should just leave this open. Okay, come on. Come on, you can't hate on this one. Look at the puppy. Look at his teeth. He's just a happy dog. The colors are good. He's not really in the center. It doesn't look like this was straight up and down. These poles are all crooked. But he's just a happy dog. We ain't complaining there. This one's okay. This one's kind of cool. Very simple. Very plain. Get it? Because it's a plane? I'll leave. No, but, this one's okay. I like the shutter speed. I like how the propellers look. For those of you who are under 21, no need to look at this. I found a bottle of rum on the beach and I took a picture of it. I actually think it looks super cool. I actually really like how that looks. The colors. I actually got this in focus, which is enough, but then the background still gets blurred out. Yeah, this one's fine. I like that one. That looks like something you would see, like that looks like a product photo. It looks like I just smothered this one in cotton candy. I don't know what happened here. Wow, that is pink. That is really, really pink. So, it looks sharper than the last one. F16. See that? I stopped at F16. That's good. ISO 100. That's good. It's definitely sharper. But why? Why is it so pink? Ooh. Ooh. It is just... It's kind of cool. But why is it so pink? Why? Why? Oh, it's okay. This one's just pretty basic. A little overexposed. This water's super bright. But, yeah. Move on. Shot of the moon. F10, 300 millimeters, 1/200th of a second. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. This one's cool. I can live with that. I think this is one of my first long exposures in the streets with cars. Let's have a throwback down memory lane. So this is actually the very camera I started doing long exposures with. This is the Sony, I don't even know. It's a point and shoot. I bought it off eBay for like $80. Didn't come with batteries, so I had to find batteries somewhere else. That's what I started taking long exposures on. And this wasn't too long after. So this is what I had before a T6, before the T6. That's what it reminds me of. I kind of thought it was taken on a point and shoot, but it wasn't. This one's cool though. It looks like really, just a little over edited. Excuse me. So there's like so much clarity and contrast and sharpness. I just wish it was toned down a little. But it's cool. It's aggressive. It's just like a bolt of lightning, like, but not too bad. Taking a big turn, we have boots. Yeah, thanks, Brady. I think it is a cool long exposure. Like, there's definitely nothing terrible with it. It just feels a tad over edited, but I do like it. The composition looks pretty cool. I like how it starts with a lot of glow in the back and then like kind of looks more like a stream. Like we've got this big, I gotta show you here. So we've got like a big amount of light here and then it like shoots out through that and kind of streamlines towards the end. That is pretty cool. But back to the boots. I've taken a lot of shots like this. I would still take a shot like this. But normally you do this when your legs are hanging out of a helicopter, hanging over a cliff, hanging off of something. I'm like a foot off the ground, it looks like. Like there's a log here and there's the ground. It's okay. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't get why I did it here. Like, you would want to do that when you're above something cool. But I just did it sitting on a snowbank for whatever reason. That looks tasty. In fact, got some trail mix right here. That one's fine. That was pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so this one is... Yeah, that one's fine. I mean, I like it. It's good. There's nothing great. There's nothing terrible. It does look like this is about to fall off something. It's only half in the snow, and then there's big drop off here. But cool shot. This one is okay. It's not bad. It's not great. I think this is one of the first times I tried HDR photography. So I took 3 exposures, one for the sky, one for the shadows, and then one for like the foreground, and combined them all in post, which is why it looks like there are not really shadows in this image. But it's kind of cool. I don't really know what to say about it. It's not bad. It's just, yeah. Looking for something new, something fresh. This is, again, as you can see, I took this on almost every hike I went on. You just lean way back and then shoot all the trees. This one's cool. It's got snow, but nothing spectacular. I don't know what I was doing here. Just, I don't know how high quality stuff is on the stream, but I'm focused on this grass here. Like, look how sharp this grass is and how not sharp this is. It was very evident I was focused on this grass, And I know this was something I actually was proud of, because all of these photos I edited. Huh. I just don't know why. I mean, I like the twilight colors in the background. The water looks cool. We got the reflections. But I don't know why I thought it'd be cool to focus on this stick here. It's one of Life's Great Mysteries. This one is cool. This one I'm still proud of. This one is not bad. I don't care what anyone says. This one's kind of cool. This was one image. First of all, I wanna get that out of the way. And it was the stoplight had just turned red, or maybe it'd been red for a second. So you have cars like, where is my mouse? There it is. So you have cars like this truck, which looks pretty sharp. This car, which looks pretty sharp. This bus, which is pretty sharp. This, don't look. I skipped ahead. This ambulance, which is pretty sharp. But you've still got the light trails down the middle. And obviously the buildings and stuff are pretty sharp. I like this one. The sky's like a tad dark. But aside from that, this one's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. Alright, you already got a sneak peek of these next ones, but let's check them out. This one's like, I'm gonna be really nitpicky. Not because I think it's bad, but because I'm gonna be really nitpicky. So it's slanted. Actually, maybe it's not. I'm gonna get out the level. I think it's slanted. It looks slanted. Whether it is or isn't, this looks slanted. On top of that, I like these streetlights. These ones are cool. This one up top seems a little distracting. Whoa, we've got like a perfect bokeh hexagon there. That's kind of nifty. The reflections are okay. The overall exposure is okay. Yeah, I won't be super nitpicky, but it does look a bit slanted. And I don't know why this building isn't centered. It's a little off-center too. But overall, it's a cool idea. I like the location. But I'd love to go back and do it better. But it was not terrible. The all-seeing pigeon. This one, wow, that background is gone. It's dissolved. Poof, disappeared, disintegrated, vaporized. It is gone. I like his red eye. Look at him. And that beak. This one's cool. I don't know what I'd do with it. I wouldn't hang it on my wall. It'd give me nightmares, but this one's cool. I can live with that. We're getting to like the decent ones now. And I may have spoken too soon. Uh-oh, what'd I do? I think I messed up my stream. I think I have to drag that down. Drag it up. Oh, maybe I didn't do anything. This one is just Space Needle, but it was under construction. It looks overexposed. And the framing is just a little whack. Because this one, it should be perfectly in between, but clearly I messed up because this one is overlapped. This one has a lot of room. So if I just moved over, taken one more shot, could have fixed that. It's okay. This is a thumbnail. This is literally just a thumbnail from one of my videos. It's okay. It's really saturated and contrasty, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, that video is doing good. So I guess it worked out. one's alright. Again, just the vibe I get. I don't know. I think the desert is just so saturated. But aside from that, it's kind of hard to know where to look. It's a cool area. But as far as a photo goes, it's just kind of hard to know what I'm supposed to be looking at. It has that feeling where you just pulled out your camera, took the picture, and moved on. Doesn't feel intentional. But, yeah. This one's pretty cool. I remember taking this one. I took this with my buddy from high school. This one's pretty cool. Again, it feels pretty saturated, which is the common theme here. I think I did just like to crank that slider more than I ever would now. But I believe this is some sort of memorial or Stonehenge. But, yeah. It's cool. I like that one. Seems a little blown out on the right. You can see some windmills up there. But that one's alright. What else we got? What else do we got? So, here's what I'll say about this. One, it's oversaturated. Everything I've almost showed you is oversaturated. It just looks like blah. But aside from that, it's a cool idea. It's the classic shot. You get down on the road, you've got the leading lines coming in, the center line going up the middle, and there's a little bit of a payoff. These windmills aren't the best payoff. You can tell they're kind of out of focus. But the idea was there. I do kind of wish I was lower to the ground, and maybe this area was more blurred out, and something actually intentionally at the end was in focus, but the idea was there. That's what I'll say about that. This one's pretty good. I like this one. This one was popular back in the day when I posted it. This one was okay. It's my cat. His name is Pete. He was just a kitten when I took this. One thing you'll notice is he's not perfectly in focus. I don't know what I focused on. Maybe his ears. That ear looks sharper than his eyes. But it doesn't really matter unless you crop in more on it. The background just looks great. He's just chilling in front of a Christmas tree. It's not bad at all. I like that one. The plant. This one was kind of cool. This one's in a video. I think I just gotten the 50mm. So I was just blurring out everything. Yeah, I was shot at 2.8, but I'm pretty sure this was on the 50mm. And I was just blurring out backgrounds left and right. Everything was shot. I don't know why this one's in 2.8. Maybe I had a little bit more sense than to just crank it down on every photo. But that's what was going on back then. Just bam, blurring out the background. And speaking of blurring out the background, we've got this close-up of a goose where it's just melted. It is just melted, creamy, delicious, gone. But I don't really know what's in focus again. Like, his eyes are not very sharp. This one's sweet. Was this on a T6? That was on a T6. I like this one. This is your postcard image. That one is clean. That's the best way to put it. It's just a postcard shot. It's clean, perfectly exposed, it's sharp. I like that one. It's not too bad. But this is just, speaking of oversaturated again, just not, I just don't know why. Why? It is just, look how green this is. Look how green that is. Kind of a cool idea. I kind of get what I was going for. That green is so distracting. Looks plasticky almost. Like a melted crayon. Crayon. Is it crayon or crayon? I know it's spelled crayon, but I always say cran. It's just easier. Like a cranberry. This one's cool. This one's cool. I remember taking this one. Sun was just peeking behind the mountain. Yo, what's up, Jet? As you can see, it's kind of died down in the stream. You know, I understand. People got stuff to do. The whole point of this was more just to say that I'm alive, I'm doing well, and new videos will be coming soon. That was the whole point of doing this stream. But also just have a good time, you know. If people want to hang out, see some of my old images, it's a great place to do it. And ask me any questions or whatever else you want. But as you can see, like, we had a lot of people in the chat, but, you know, after an hour of me just going through these, it's only so entertaining. So just stop by, enjoy it if you want. No worries. This one's pretty cool. Definitely a fan of this. I'd honestly love to re-edit this one and post it. So right now, just to update you no, I appreciate it. We're showing the T6 images. And this one's okay. This one is on the T6. What was it? F7.1, maybe F8. One's clean. Was this a T6? It was. That's sweet. For some reason I thought this was on the 80D. This is on a T6. This might be my favorite T6 image. Just the bridge, you've got the moon back here. The sky looks great. The foreground's dark, but I can live with that because everything else looks awesome. It's like the transition between sunset and night. This one's good. Where do I keep all my old photos? So, I don't think... I'm scared to unplug it because I'm not sure if I'm reading it off them right now. But I just have tons of hard drives. Too many. I actually have... I have a couple different systems set up. But right now... So, this is drive number 1, 4 terabytes. Here's another drive. I don't know how big that one is. Here's another drive. And then I've got another 5 terabyte one that's being read right now, which I believe is what all these are on. Right now, just lots of external hard drives, but I also have a Google Drive with unlimited storage, so I have a ton of stuff on that. And then I have a Synology drive system set up somewhere else where I can access things remotely, which I normally just use as a backup, but I can throw stuff on there. But right now I'm just rocking the external drives. But I'm going to have to find a better system soon because a lot of these are getting full and I don't want to carry them around all the time. Here's a better version of one of the earlier ones. Kind of cool. Alright. I wish I'd just taken more time. Because how this spot works, it's just a reflection. This is a building. But if I moved more to the left, we would have got rid of this, which would have been ideal. Right, because you can see it's doing like 2 reflections. If I just moved closer to the wall, it wouldn't have done that. So I just wish I'd taken a little more time on that one. This one's sweet. Again, this is when I just got the 50 mil. This one's got to be 1.8. 2.8, really? Wow, I shot a lot of things at 2.8. Wonder why that was. Regardless, this one's pretty cool. Good composition. I was just rocking that 50 mil for a long time. And that's what I took this with. I like that though. The colors are good. This one's not as just like in your face, blown up, melted plastic looking saturation like the other things. So that's super cool. And another, you know, it's a decent one. A little sunset shot. Nothing great, nothing terrible. It's at least sharp though. I've taken this shot so many times as you saw earlier. This is probably one of the cleaner versions of it, so I can live with that. Another sunrise shot? I think this was sunrise when I took it. This one's just got some whack colors. This one was a sunset shot. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long, I can't remember if I said this when you joined or not, but really this whole video is just to be like, yeah, I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, I'll have videos coming out soon, but I haven't in a while, so that's why I was just like, just load up a stream, hang out, chill, show that I'm still around, is still making things. Just been busy right now. But that's awesome. How do you like the ADD? This one's kind of cool. This one I really liked because the composition is pretty good, but also this bird landed here. I think it was a crow. And the way the tail doesn't quite touch the building, there's just all these little gaps. I just thought it fit really well. This one's kind of cool. This one's just interesting. I don't dislike it. I don't love it. It was just a long exposure. I think the reason these gaps are here is like the tail lights were, or maybe it was a blinker and it was flashing. I think that's what it was. So it, like every time it went off, it'd make little gaps, which is kind of cool. This one's sweet. This guy was just jamming out on the boardwalk. The unicorn head. Lots of buckets and pans. Not too bad. And that's all I got. So somehow we did this for like an hour. But I think we're just going to end it there. That's really all there was to it. Should have a video coming out relatively soon. So stay tuned for that. If you got any questions, I'll stick around. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed going through some of these. Just seeing some of my old photos. It was fun. It was a good time. And we'll be back to the regularly scheduled stuff soon. Ooh. What do you mean by water shots? I mean, I know what surfing is. Are you talking underwater or just shots of water? Surfing would be cool. Fortunately, there's not really a surf scene near me. But if I'm ever in Cali again, I'd love to get into surf photography. That'd be super cool. Should have put on low latency, because there's a little bit of latency between when you see, or when you hear what I say and I say it. But that's okay. Next time, we're living and learning. This is the low qual stream. But anyways, I think that's about it. We're going to wrap up. I'm going to go make some dinner. But new stuff coming soon.